Okay. Hi, hello, assalamu alaikum, and I bow to all of you guys. Okay, welcome back, welcome back. Okay, welcome all of you guys. Okay, and today's classroom we are beginning off with inviting all physical class students also. Hello to all my physical people out there. Yet more to come, but then some people have not even seen the message, WhatsApp message, and they will be like, "Sir, class in cha." செஞ்சீங்களா ஒரு ரெக்கார்டிங் கிடைக்குமா எத்தையும் பார்த்து பார்த்து முடிக்கிற மாதிரி ஓகே இது கிளாஸ் கிளாஸ் முடிச்சு முடிக்கிற மாதிரி ஸோ சரி நான் வாரேன் Avadi. So, one note is for the Kandy people. Kandy, we are not able to do the classroom tomorrow because of this some dantu scene nega kinda. Okay, most probably roads are being closed and blocked. Nawa. Okay, samar eke ka kataval kila. Okay, and then they are telling it. So we have to schedule the session to another day. Okay, so hinda tamai I'm doing the session online with you guys today. Also for Colombo, both Dehiwala and Grandpass and also online people, you all also can join with us. So Apitavilla, last week Ogulanta class tibbine, especially for the Colombo students, okay, because of Eid festival. Aurudu hinda. So Egulanta class tibbine hinda. So okko mekata jumble karla, sambal karla. And then we are doing the classroom today so that I'll be able to cover up in a very smooth manner for you guys today. Right. So welcome back. Welcome back. So we are moving on with the database management system. Database management system, as I said, you all, there are three sections in this. Number one, designing. Number two is management. Number three is development. So designing using ERD diagram, managing it using normalization, and developing it using structure query language. We call it as SQL. Right. So in that manner, okay, today we are stepping into the section called as the ER diagrams. Now, also since all the students are there here, it will be easy to for me to explain it also. From next class, okay, for all physical and online students, from next week, we will be having a permanent session on Friday morning. Don't ask me why Friday morning, because that's the only time I do have, which is free, where we will be starting the SQL part. So parallelly, the second section also will commence from next week onwards. Okay. May holidays in the tamai okkoma anja bajal vela, kacha bajal vela, chan chang chung chung vela, okkoma vela තියෙන්නේ. But හරියට මං හිතන විදිහට අපිට sort out කරගන්න පුළුවන් inshallah. Okay. With the time. Also, many of you all have been asking me about the examination. So, because of Kandy people are unable to, Kandy students that have hurried me exam sorry, because the classes are we had to reschedule the examination. So hopefully next week upcoming week exam timetable, everything has been fully packed. Paper on paper at the end we are making it difficult. And the or mindset we have coming. Okay, yeah, either you all die or I die, something in there, both of those. Good. Harry, kids. Yeah, Zainab, understood, Zainab. Okay, we'll go to the syllabus. Okay, Zainab is almost like excited. So let's study, sir. We have only 2 hours. Okay, Kela, Zainab. Okay, I understand that you are so energetic into this. Okay, studying thing today. Okay, nice. So, what times of Friday morning? Friday morning, hopefully, around 8 o'clock, I won't wake up. So, okay, we will have it not 8 o'clock to me. It will be hopefully by 9 o'clock, 9 to 11. Okay, yeah, 8 o'clock. Okay, 9 to 11. Okay, morning. 8:30. Okay, I'll keep you all updated. So hopefully, next week, you go to school. Ayyo, sir, school. Okay, so let's get it started. Okay, and hold on. Let's begin. Okay. Okay, nice. So let's get into here. We are in page number. Now we completed up to these keys, types, and everything. So today we are starting on its supermodel, okay, entity relationship diagram. We will be learning about a specific type of a diagram which allows you to design your database. Okay, basically how to design it. So as I said, y'all, it has only 3 sections in there. So we are stepping into the first section, ERD, entity relationship diagram in it. Okay, let's. So we are going to go through in the designing phase. ඊට පස්සේ තියෙනවා the management phase. I said you all the management part is normalization. Normalization is the design that you have done. Is it really effective? That effectiveness එක check කරන්න මේකේ. And then development එකේ SQL කියලා එනවා. That is where we develop the code. Charia. So we'll start this one. So Fridays, inshallah. Okay, this is not for all online and physical class students. That I know that some of y'all might have schools sessions, but parallelly will go through in there. Map vechitanda off. Okay, so 8:30. Okay, 8:30 a.m. from next week, inshallah, we'll start it. Okay, it's only for next month. I was syllabus. Good. So let's begin with ERD. So ERD diagram may part okay, you have to know about the diagram. So we'll start learning about the diagram and we'll come for this theory part later. This is a very boring section. Make exam. But then we'll learn about the diagram, how the diagram is, how are we going to go through in it there. A part okay, and we'll get in step into the diagram part in today. Okay, I hope you will be able to understand from that. Good. So let's begin with today's session. Okay, page number 20. All good. Okay, all good. Page number 20. Afra, message Afra okay, good. So let's get it. Sir, hairstyle is nice. Now you wake up. Yes, I saw Solon. So Shamla, I'm on drugs. Drugs, Okay. Good. So page number 20, ER diagram. So simply, we'll make it very simple. We are going to design the database. So a database diagram is going to be something called as ERD diagram. A database diagram, design database design diagram, ERD diagram, entity relationship diagram. Is a high-level data model which used to developing a conceptual design for a database. Simple. Okay, you will be able to get 15 marks from this diagram. Good. Entity is a real-world item that concepts exist on its own. Simply entity that we used to hold data about. Or it's a table. Simple. Okay. Entities are equivalent to database tables. See? Okay. And each row of a table representing an instant of an entity. That's a record. So my instant be record. Entity table. Right. Facts about ERD. ERD allows you to design the database. Is an easy graphical modeling tool. Okay. Widely used in web designing databases. It helps to identify entities and their relationship exist among them, helps to define databases, helps to describe the database structure, provide understanding, allows you to communicate, blah, blah. So these are basically diagrams, which allows you to design your database. Now, similarly in EDFT, can you remember there were two notation? We do have something called Jane's notation and Jordan's notation. Jane notation use. So same here, we have Chen notation and Crowfoot notation. Chen notation you will be having to represent table in this way. You will be connecting the table using a diamond. And this is how the diamond data will look like. Make it relationship. And these are tables. In Crowfoot notation, you will be connecting the tables in this way. It's like a foot of a crow. I think yes. Where this is a table and this defines the relationship. Now the word relationship in here, it will be very important today. Okay, it will be very important in the word relationship also. So before we start off by designing the DFT diagram, let's get started. Okay, the component of ERT. So you will be learning about the entity, attributes. Okay, entities. We will be talking about the attributes. So one is entity. Attributes, we'll be talking about the relationships. Cool. Relationship and participation. Hopefully today we will be learning how to design it. So physical class students on Sunday and Monday, we will be drawing the diagrams. Good. Relationships, they got, cardinality, and degree. Api, may ukuma, api, one by one, let's start. Start to learn. Let's start. Sanjay, page number 20. So we'll provide the recording of the session, definitely. Okay, nowadays we all provide session recording now. Normally I do provide recording of all my classes. So is it used to create like structure of a database? Moreover, yes, Sanjay, a design, a database design. அது ஒரு பெரிய குழப்பம் மாப்பிள்ள. Understood, clear, good to go. Okay, இந்த ஆட்கள் தனியா மெசேஜ் பண்றானா? யாருக்கு தான் மெசேஜ் பண்ணிட்டீங்க இவனேவா? You start writing, idiot. Yeah, entity சொன்னா it's table. So table, attribute கிளிக்கேனே columns. Perfect, done. Don't take screenshots, better write it, because later by you will never check the message and you will be never writing the notes in there. So we'll write it together. So we have to learn one by one the type of entities, the type of attributes, what is relationship, what is cardinality, what is participation. We will be learning to design the diagrams. So Sunday, Eduzone students, make sure that we will be learning on how to draw the designing diagram, and also Dehiwala people also. Kandy people are available mama next week Saturday na to when there was online dala karam class at physical. Okay, this where I have a thing at take a good karanda very owl latino. Right. Hurry. So let's get started off with entity. So simply entities kilikiani tables, okay, which allows you to hold data. Okay, so a database is all about tabulating data. So all the data will be stored in a database. The structure will be into a table. So in short, okay, entity kilikiani represents a table. Okay, right. An entity is a group of similar kind of entities. It may be containing, okay, with attributes sharing similar values. Entities represent by their properties, also called as attributes. So basically an entity like in a table. So you can have a product table, you can have a customer table, you can have a student table, or you can have another table name. Can you tell it? Why I'm not getting it? Time table. அடிப்பையும் பார்த்துக்கோ இப்போ டைம் டேபிள் அடி வாங்க போறாய் பாரு. சப்ஜெக்ட் டேபிள் ஐ சரி ஓகே. Vegetable table. Okay, teachers table. How? Okay. Sorry, அப்படம் meaningful thing on a course table. சரி. அதோட மொக்க எக்ஸாம்பிள் வேற நல்ல எக்ஸாம்பிள் இல்லையா? Account table. ஓகே, பூல் டேபிள், டைனிங் டேபிள். இது உனக்கு தார் எல்லாத்தையும் நான் வந்து லாஸ்ட்லயும் போடணும் வெளியே. Sales table. Nice. So these are different tables. Nice. So circle the entities among the following. Now check here which one is a table or a column or a data. So we have three parts. A table ekak mitara tino, column ekak tino, data tino. So here we have to circle only the table. Product is a table. iPhone is not a table, it's a data. Result table. S02, it's a data. Red is a data. Employee can be a table. Account can be a table. Saving account is a data. Student can be a table. Diploma is a data. 3 months is a data. Fee is a data. Project is a table. Department is a table. DOC2, no data. Candy is also data. So first you have to figure it out with your Puna Kannala. Either table, either column, either data. Don't become bebbers. Because I always used to say, okay, bebbers are not created, they are born. Okay, so don't become one of the bebbers in there. So you have to figure it out either table, either column, either data. இது சங்கவை, இது அங்கவை, இதை தூக்கி தொங்கவை. ஆனது மாதிரி மூணு நீங்க டிஃபரெண்ட் பண்ணிக்கொள்ளணும். சரியா? Sambal, Achi, understood. Bebbers aren't created, they are born. Hana, you are in the class. Hana is not there. Okay. Yeah, Bebbers are absent. If any Bebber is there, it's an absent Bebber. Sir, did you do extra class? I would say. So in a table, there are two types of table. Okay. What are the two types of table? Again, someone is messaging me. A wooden table and an aluminium table. Sirupala அடிக்கிறேன் இப்போ உனக்கு எல்லாத்துக்கும் அடிக்கிறேன் பாரு இப்போ கேட்குற கேள்விக்கு. Okay. Okay. So what are the type of okay then? So I didn't get it. Get what, Raja? Okay. You didn't get what I don't understand. Entity. Entity is not a table top. Is it like இப்பதான் கிளாஸ் தொடங்கிக்குது அம்மே ஹோல்ட் ஆன் கேட்டுண்டா இந்த யார சொல்லுமா ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டுக்கு ஓகே இதா ஆயிக்குது a table that hold data okay a table that hold data table table மெதினு டீ குடிச்சேன் இதோட தாரி சி டீ குடிச்சேன் சார் அதுதான் விலக இல்லை Okay, you guys stay focused there. Okay, Imad? Good. Fruit killing another type of a notation, a type of a notation to show your database structure. So we have crowfoot notation and chain notation. So different ways of showing your database design. Okay, yes. Imad, okay, tea kudichi vedala Imad. Okay, stay focused there. Yeah, don't become one of the bebbers. Right. Nice. So let's get started on to the next part. Next part, I have said there are two types of tables. Okay. One, we have a strong entity, weak entity. Now, how to show an entity? A normal box will be able to show an entity. Okay. And inside the box, we write the entity name, table name, but we don't say employee table, staff table, but staff, employee, customer. And since a table contains many data, make sure that it is always singular. Don't have it as plural. Customer is what? Customer is an entity. Another one is there. We call it as weak entity, Raja. What is this weak entity, Math? Okay. A weak entity is basically we have that one table which doesn't have uniqueness. It's always dependent. Now we also have now for an example, okay, in a classroom, all the students are sitting and studying in there very politely. Suddenly a boy wants to go to washroom, so he's like, "Sir, I want to go to the washroom." So I'm strong. If a girl wants to go to the washroom, she'll be like, "Sir, hi, sir, I just want to go to the washroom." Okay. And it's like, "Yeah, ma, you go." So, can I take Hajara? Can I take Sumaya? Can I take Ashif also? And I was like, "Yeah, ma, you will pay for it." Vadi ellam po. Enakku varudhu Marathi vadi ni pom. Seri ellada full line koda pora apdi. ஓகே நீ நாங்க என்னடி செய்ய உள்ளுக்கு வந்துட்டு ஒண்ணு இல்ல சும்மா இரு எல்லாம் ஒண்ணுக்கு வரப்போம் ஓகே அது ஒரு குரூப்பாவே போறீங்கடா எதுக்குடா சொல்லிட்டு ஓகே so they are not going in alone they are always dependent on someone else okay they are dependent on someone else it cannot be weak entity a table that exists data but it is dependent on someone else if that table is not there it won't be available here again a table that depends on someone some other table that's what we call it as what where is it எங்கடா போச்சு ஐயோ இது வேற சாவடிக்குது இதுல எங்க போச்சு நான் தேடுதுல ஐயோ ஹோல்டாப்பா ரொம்ப இது இங்கடா இது நல்லதானடா இஞ்சி வலிரமா reliable okay sorry okay okay it's cannot exist without it for an example if I take it on loan table okay a loan table cannot exist without a customer if customer entries are not there okay no one will take a loan okay that means a loan table is a weak entity meaning what this table cannot exist without a customer if customer entries are not there loan wala munadandadu okay so may data it's dependent how okay Fatima wants to go to the washroom but she took Sumaya Hajara and Shafia the whole row and went cannot be weak entity a weak entity is basically a table that depends on another column so how to find out sir is it a weak or a strong simply with a primary key if a table has a primary key contains a primary key so normally strong entities are independent weak entities are dependent okay strong entities contain a primary key usually a customer table will have a primary key a loan table contains a key partial primary key again he doesn't have a primary key contains no primary key here again okay next one if you come across single rectangle here double rectangle in strong and weak entities these entities can have total or partial participation okay in terms of participation we'll talk about that don't ask why and don't make yourself so so packed in it just understand that this is total or partial partial participation this is total participation okay we have it normally a customer will have a customer id we'll have a customer ID. This will have a primary key. So make a primary key. A primary key. So among them, can you decide the strong and weak entities? Strong and weak entities. Circle the strong and weak entity. You put one circle, it's strong. You put two circles, weak. Just an activity. So a table with a foreign key is a weak table. No, don't confuse. Don't go so deep. A table with a partial key is weak. Without primary key மாப்பிள்ள நம்மளுக்கு தேவையா இது மாப்பிள்ள நம்மளுக்கே இந்த அசிங்கம் மாப்பிள்ள தேவல தானே மாப்பிள்ள ஓகே மாப்பிள்ளைக்கு எது நம்மளுக்கு இந்த அசிங்கம் மாப்பிள்ளை. ரைட் ரைட் ஓகே குட். Okay, so check this out. Santosh, I'll schedule it. Okay, put up at KATN Raja. Okay, KAN101, it should be data. So user is a table. Is it weak or strong? Account is a table. Customer is a, first we'll figure out the table. Course is a table. Employee is a table. Teacher is a table. Warranty is warranty a table or a column? Company is a table. Location, is it a table or a column? Device, so room table subject is a table, loan is a table, dependent, is it a table? We'll figure it out the table first. Lab test result is a table. Lab test result table. Appointment is a table. Prescription can be take. Is it a prescription or table? Okay. Assignment. Assignment table. Assignment, is it a table? Now, Eka first we have to figure it out. What else? What else? KAN, this is data. Make it in a kohomat. User table. Warranty is not a table, it's a column. Assignment dependent table. Device is a table. This is a column, com location. Okay, company location. Prescription, you can take it as a table or you can take it as a column. एक दांडी ने prescription table के लदाला you can put all details about the prescription or doctor table लेके पूरी prescription के लदाना थुलू. Did you all understand? So make a prescription. I cannot say directly it is a table or a column. Got my point? Okay, prescription के लदाला ओक्को prescription details दमोत it becomes a table. But only a column prescription is being written, so now we'll call, maybe it will be a data. So prescription ne kama column vidire or if you want, we'll take it as a table if you feel. Column medical entity is not table. Take only table. Pick only the tables. Pick only tables. Take the first important thing because we are talking about the table. Assignment table. Dependent is a table. Table. Device is a table. Device table. So we came up skip kare only 3. Warranty, I didn't take it as a table. I took it as a column. KAN101, I didn't take it as a table. I took it as a data. Com location, company location, I took it as a column. Okay. So these are the tables. Are you okay with this? Room make up, gamu the table, the column. Room table ki laganda pulo, room make a column ki laganda pulo. Okay. How do you want it? Room make a table ki lagam. Okay. Now we'll say whether is it strong or weak. User, does it depend on someone? User, account, customer, course can exist on its own. Does user depend on someone? user. No. Employee, teacher, company. Loan is weak. Subject can exist on its own. Device table can exist on its own. Room table can exist on its own. I'll take dependent table is obviously dependent on someone. We'll see dependent table is dependent on employee. Assignment, okay. Lab test result, okay. Appointment, dependent can be both column or table. We took it as a table, okay. Prescription is dependent because the doctor should give the prescription. Without doctor, there won't be any prescription. Appointment also will take it as weak. Appointment at Dhanana, there should be a room. Assignment, without a course, there won't be assignment. So we'll take it as weak also. Why did you take lab test result is weak? How? How can you say that it is weak? If you say, we can make a, like, don't worry guys, make a hard and fast rule, make a mihima tamai na. A discussion nike gan. Right? Make a discussion again. User depend on whom? Shifa, nice. Without a patient, there won't be lab test result. We can take it as weak. No problem. Rifka, user something. If the user is dependent on whom? Make a discussion. Example question series they will say. In the description itself, they will say, okay, the loan table is dependent on the employee. The loan table is dependent on the customer. So they will say it. Isn't room dependent on the customer? Why? Without a customer, can't the room stay? පුළුවන් නේ. ඇයි room එක පුළුවන්? Room details can be stored, no? And the booking. Isn't account dependent on data? What data? அது data வேற table வேறடா. இமாது அந்த டீயை குடிச்சு முடிடா ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டுக்கு. அதுக்கு பூரா சிலபஸுக்கு வாங்க. நடுவுல டீயை குடிச்சு குடிச்சு வாங்க இந்த புல்ல. Yeah, account cannot be created without a customer. Account table. Okay, yes. Employee depend on company. Can take it. Can take it. Employees are also dependent. Without the company, yeah, we can take it in there. Teacher depends on students. No. Company depend on employee. Company is not dependent. Employees are dependent on company. Either it depends. Like everything is there. Course depend on students. Even though students are not there, courses will exist. Course details will exist. Account, yeah, if you wish, you can take it as weak. Either depending on the scenarios, we can take it. Now, if you guys say no, sir, and the user weak kata means no problem, you put it. Okay, I wanted to get you all an idea that okay, that this is strong and weak. Okay, don't worry. Okay, I won't get angry with you guys. Maple, maple, maple. Now, why does it shows you like everything is dependence on? We have the other table also. Now, In a database, if company table is not given, employee table will be by default strong. Understood. Okay. Now, method okkoma deela tiyenawani. That is why you are collecting. So don't worry. Okay. Yeah. In a database table, you won't get all these tables. Only specific you will get it. If it's like schools, school details only. Within a school details with bank details with customer details with okay. Bank is also weak. Bank tande ille ma idile. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even I saw. I saw the post. Okay, done, 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 completed. Cut it done. So the table part is finished. Let's get started to the next one. Next one is attributes. If a table is column sorry, if a table is so attributes are what? Columns. So what do you mean by columns? It's basically okay, column में करता मैं attribute के लिए. So we have various type of columns. Okay, in a table you will be able to find various type of column. Key, simple, composite, derived, multi-valued, and descriptive. So because in a table you have to measure, mark everything like this. So अभी table एक draw करने का तमाई, we're going to design in there. So normally we have seen table in this way, no? अभी tables में मने देखा लती इन्ने. Okay, we have become in this way, no? So a in the okay api මෙතන student id name age අපි මෙහෙමනේ දැකලා තියෙන්නේ. So in this way අපි දැකලා තිබ්බ හින්දා right, okay, we will be sketching this. So this is the first part, this is the final output. Okay, sketch එක තමයි we are going to do it. So what are the attributes we do have? Usually a column we will have it in there like this, a table we will have it in this way. अब मैं देखा method दाना. Let's take a table like student table. You can write it in capital simply, it doesn't matter. Normally we use an eclipse. We will be marking the attributes. A key attributes on it used to show the primary key. Okay. Key attributes used to show the primary key. Represent primary key. A key attribute will represent a primary key. So how do you know the key attribute? Student ID, a primary key underline. This is how we show the key attribute. Okay. Then we have date of birth. This is a simple attribute. A simple attribute is basically it has non-key attributes, represents non-key attribute. We all remember non-key attribute, a column which doesn't have a key, represents a non-key attribute. It doesn't have any key vector. Composite key, we have studied composite primary key. When you combine two tables, columns together to make it unique, produce different. A composite attribute is something where a table column exists of two parts. What do you mean by two parts? A name will always have two parts in there. We'll say full name. You can have something like Sahla Siraj. Okay, right. Methana, it has two parts, the first name and last name. It is always together. Everybody will have two names in it. We call it the first name and the last name. A column that has two parts. Okay, a column normally consists of two parts. Now, for an example, if you take an address might contain number, street, and city. Three parts are available in an address. A telephone number has the country code and the contact number. Two parts are there. A website has a domain and a top level domain. A website has a domain name and a top level domain. A website www.google.com. A website always consists of three parts: service, domain, and top level domain. So if a column consists of multiple sections now, if we report to either it doesn't matter. So we say name divides into first name, last name. Okay, student. It has first name and last name in there. And another example is a website www.riyasict.com. A website has three parts. Okay, what are those three sections? A service, a domain name, a top level domain. Service, domain, top level domain. See, it consists of three parts. A website will always have three parts. So, एक separate ने एक pen and एक did you get it? Okay, we show them together, but then you can divide into three parts. We should record the data as one single column. It's a single column done, but it has two parts. Circle na attributes. Box on a column. See, box on a table. Then we have derived attribute. What is derived attribute? Usually, in a derived attribute, we don't hold that data in a table. A table okay, example, we'll say ST name, student ID, name, date of birth. Put that in the table. Personal note Raja. Okay, our tunes are the top. Okay, top of the tunes. Then the students classes available gun tunes. Why grade 13 or the T students okay, 13 latan okay atal pain students that okay. Name will say Sam. rows. 2005, 5, 2006, 2. Now, usually in a derived attribute, we calculate and get it. We don't need to store that data. Okay. Usually in a table, it's pointless storing a data, but then we can calculate and get that data. That's we call it as derived. For an example, okay, if I give you all the percentage, a discount percentage, and the total price, you can calculate something. If I said you all the net final price, and the discount using these two, you can calculate another thing. Okay, if I say the distance, and then if I say the kilometers, sorry, if I say the distance and time kilometers per hour you can derive another thing. What is it? Okay, yes. If I find the Insta ID and the bio, you can derive something. Okay, come on, let's see what is it. Final price and discount I can get the net value, net price. Okay, may join karot, I can calculate that. Distance and kilometers per hour I can calculate what? Distance 10 kilometers. I'm going 50 kilometers per hour. So I can calculate what? I can calculate this. Kilometers per hour dala. Time calculate karanda puluwanne. Yes. Insta ID and the bio pota, I can calculate what? Okay, are they in the relationship status? Relationship status oh, exactly. So, is there any photo calculate? So, upper date of birth, which what I can calculate? Out of date of birth, what I can calculate? Exactly, Santosh. What is it? Age. Pakka done. So, that is what derived attribute can. Derived attribute is something where we don't normally store it as a table, but when you're designing the database, we plan it. Where student ID is key, student name, and the date of birth. When you're designing the table, we included also telling that age is derived. You are not storing the age, but you can calculate and take it. Okay, you can calculate and take it. Something like that. Did you get it? So derived we don't need to store that data. We can calculate and get it. But then why are you storing it, showing it here? Because we are designing it. In the designing phase, we have put it in our head. Sorry, இது store பண்ண தேவையில்ல. Calculate பண்ணி எடுப்போம். Understood? Pakka mass. Should we do the derived? Yes. Derived, each and every attribute have their own way of how you show it. Derived attribute is dependent on another attribute. Pakka answer. Yes. Eka තනියෙන් ඉන්නේ නැහැ කවදාවත්. Yeah, he is always dependent. So இது சொல்றதுக்கு இவ்வளவு நேரம் போனீங்க. அது தாண்டா என்ன செய்ய? பழவிடுச்சு. Okay. Yes, Zumra. Swap, no? Okay, so Hajara, I didn't understand composite attributes. Hajara, you're there? Shall I explain it again? Okay, so composite attributes, Raja, it's like this. Think about a table, okay, and it has a column. Columns are like name, age, address, date of birth, uh, qualification. Okay, what else we have? We have website address, some other body. Certain column is combination of multiple elements. Or column lo multiple elements. Page lo undu middle. Date of birth la you have three things. What are those three things? A date of birth has three parts. What are those three parts? Example 2003 to the third 20. It has three parts: the year, month, date. Date. So the moon saying the date of birth will be made. If I take a name, it has first name, middle name, and last name. If I take a website, it has the service, domain, and top level domain. இதுக்கு நாங்க சொல்லுவோம் composite attribute. A column made up of multiple elements. It's together, it's a single column, date of birth. Address के लगा तो we have three parts. Your home address एक home देनी. Your home address is like number 53. We'll say Kings Road, Vattala. So if you take it on, it has three parts: the number, street, and the city, or is the town. So it has three parts: the house number, this is the street, and this is the city. So இதுக்கு நாங்க சொல்லுவோம் composite. A composite is a type of a column which is a combination of what? Multiple elements. இது ஒன்றிலாம் வராது. Understood, Hajara? Sounds okay. Clear for you, ma. Awesome. Good. Thanks, sir. Okay, so the difference between composite and derivatives is their existence. Like composite, the final result is stored, and derivatives final result is not stored. Exactly. Right. So any insult பண்ணிக்கிறீங்க தானே Zoom-லயும். மா நீ யாருமா? Okay, will I ever do such a thing for you, ma? Okay. Key attribute can be further broken down into small parts? No, it's a primary key. Normally, we don't divide it. Hurry. Let's see. Here are some examples, okay? මේක ඇවිල්ලා අපිට derive කරන්න පුළුවන් කෝකෙන්ද කියලා අහලා තියෙනවා. Right? age can be derived from date of birth. Uh, appointment status can be derived from appointment status can be derived from what? The date, appointment date. Okay. Availability status can be depend on the date के नाम को appointment. Number of years that this person have worked is okay. Marriage. Visit duration. Number of years can be derived from start and end date. Start and date. Or else work period. Visit duration can be derived from the start and end. Outstanding amount can be derived from the outstanding amount can be derived from calculating the bill, no? Okay, bill, using the bill. Something put the hurry but make a specifically make a tamai kilana answer. It depends, it changes depending on column to column. Make maru, you know. So age of birth can be derived from date of birth. Appointment status can be defined on appointment time. Availability is depending on the date. Work year of experience can be dependent on work period. Yeah, no. Year of experience and the work period is almost same. Duration can be depend on the start and end time. Outstanding can be defined from the bill. Years of experience. How to find the years of experience? That is the work time, no? Year of appointment. Yeah, by looking at the CV. We need Maple here now. Maple illata or Koraini in the girls them Kitchenel. Okay, right. Understand. Understand. Okay. Next, let's go into candidate out. Then we have another attribute called as employee number E1, E2. Then there is a column called as qualification. Get a column nothing. This qualification, okay, we have MSc, BEng, okay, diploma, MBBS, okay, SL medical. Now, if you take it here, it is a column that contains multiple values. It contains multiple values. Multiple values. What do you mean by the term multiple values? Because it is separated using commas. How do you know it's multiple value? Separated using commas. Right? Separated using commas. Example, you're entering your courses that you're doing. Maybe you're entering your interest, okay, your hobbies, your and others, like you take it on your favorite colors. Okay, maybe we'll take it in there. Gerald is entering, okay, tell me a couple of girls' names. So he can tell a lot of girls' name in there. Multiple values. එහෙමනම් ඒකට අපි කියනවා what is it? Multi-valued attribute. A column that can be written by having employee table like multiple values. Employee number, E number, and this is a primary key. and this one is qualification. How do you show multi-valued keyword? You use double line. See, or you will you be able to find it in this format, okay? That we have designed in so precisely for you guys. Okay, lassana dala dina. I කියවන්න මුකුත් නැහැ. Doubt එක කියව ගන්න. ඒක වෙනම කතාවක්. But then that okay format එක ලස්සන කරලා තියෙන්නේ. So multi-valued sonna a table that contains many values by comma separated using a comma. Right? But employee number is not a multi-valued, it's a single valued attribute. Single valued. Okay. Descriptive is something comes like this. This is when two tables are joined together, a descriptive attribute will come. Okay. For an example, we'll take an example. Okay. I'm not telling in there. We'll take in the Santosh. Okay. We'll take a scenario that okay, you're single right now for long years, and then suddenly you got married. After getting married, qualification is a weak entity. Or a weak entity that are weak entity different. It's a table, it's a columns. Don't confuse it. Okay. What happens is when this is our Santosh. 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 And we'll say this on Priya or something. Okay. When these two people get together, every year this occurs. What is it? Every year this will be occurring. Only when these two people get together, only this will come. Okay. Yeah. Sunday. Okay. Sunday will come. Okay. What else? Okay. This every year they will celebrate this. Okay. Anniversary, exactly. Okay. Anniversary, they will be okay. Anniversary celebrate. So this anniversary occurs only when two people get together. When two separate tables join together, couple of columns can pop. Some data we can store it only when two tables are joined together, and that we call it as what? Okay, descriptive attribute, a column that occurs within a relationship. Specialization, hours, head of department, instruction, facilities, location, policy type, certain things that can occur when two tables are. For an example, okay, when a student gets enrolled for a course, okay, here you can enter what? The start and the end. Start date occurs. Okay, start date occurs in there. And then we can say the end date. The start and the end. Did you understand? Because the starting and the ending date, okay, will be only stored what? Only when a student enrolls. If a student enrolls for a course only, it will occur. Nothing in there. If a student enroll for a course only, the starting and the ending will be stored. Did you get my point? Make it descriptive attribute here. Anybody who didn't understand any question? Sir, can a multi-valued attribute be primary key? No, pa. Usually, multi-valued attribute contain many data which can be duplicated or which is not unique. It's not unique at all. So, aren't those attributes of a student? No, right? Okay, this occurs only when a student enroll. Normally, when you enter a student detail, doesn't mean he has enrolled for a course. But when a student enrolls for a course, only the start and end date will come. Because what if a student doesn't enroll for a course? We have some student details. Okay, now in our LMS, okay, students have been registered to the LMS. Everyone have registered, but only students, those who have paid, will have the enrollment date. And that we call it as what? Okay, and that we call it as the derived attribute. Let me go to the LMS and I'll show it to you all soon. Okay, In this, you will be having put that independent manage student kiradana. Okay, see here. Now in the LMS, students have we have the phone number and the name. These are student details. Status is also there. This enrolled on is where when a student makes the payment and enroll to the system. When a student makes the payment and enroll the system, only this record will be entered. What is it? The descriptive attribute. May entry any when the student enrolls for the course only. Make another store in. Now there are more than 1,000 students in our LMS, those who have registered. But not all students, those who have registered, will have that enrolled on. Did you get my point, Gerald Rodrick? So it's common for both student and course. Exactly. Pakka. Okay, the anniversary is basically common for both, no? When they're in a relationship. Understood. Doubt at the batahanda. Yes, Rajadil. So can you explain the descriptive in the diagram? Yes. Okay. When these two people get together, only the anniversary will be celebrated. Without that, each people will not have anniversary. Think about these two people, Santosh and Priya. Okay, they started loving each other and they have the anniversary 2025, 2026. ER diagram, okay, if you wanted to show, same thing. student table is there, course table is there. When these a student gets enrolled for a course only, we will enter the start and the end date. Enrollment start date එක ඕනනම් start දාන්න පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් enrollment එක end. නැත්නම් course එක ending date එක. normally course ending date එක නැති කරන්නකො. enrollment date, start date, කවද්ද ගමන් පටන් ගත්තේ course එක. අන්න ඒ වගේ. Okay. Right, Katia, done and dusted. Nice with the type of relationships and everything. So, how would the question be asked exam from this part? Still, we are learning part. Still, we are learning on terms of okay attributes and entities and components. But then, okay, question again is scenario based. They will give a scenario and ask you to design a diagram and show. Okay, they will say there is a company like this. May company के में वही data store करना. May company के में data में आते का क्या कर करना. Okay, and they will give you a lot of informations, and then you have to design and give it to you. Right. Let's see whether whatever we have learned, can we mark it down everything? Here we have a strong entity. Okay. We have a key attribute. Key attribute, what happens if you have a double circle? This is a multi-valued attribute. Okay. Key है कि मैं key. Sorry, मैं key. Okay. This one, date of birth, is a simple attribute. Any idea what you mean by these dotted lines? Dotted lines, the derived attribute, exactly, derived attributes. And then we have a composite attribute. Composite attribute. Okay. Then we do have a weak entity, weak relationship. This is we call phone number is weak attribute, weak entity attribute. Phone number on the multivalued, weak killer multivalued. Weak entity. It has multiple phone numbers. This is weak entity. Box the table. Circle one the column. Okay. We call this one as a relationship. It's a link. What do you mean by this relationship? They are able to share data. Department table के तीन data project එකත් එක්ක share වෙනවා. Project එකේ තියෙන data ටික department එකත් එක්ක share වෙනවා. Then we do have this dotted line. This one, see descriptive attribute. Maybe in ours descriptive attribute. Descriptive attribute. Okay. We did something called participation table. I said total and partial. You comes here. This is partial participation. Sorry, total participation. Participation. We will talk about that later. This is total partial participation. So you will be getting to draw like this one. That's all. So derived cum always dotted line or derived को always dotted ना descriptive को आ रहा this 1 and 0 and everything me cardinality which we are going to study next under relation types. Cardinality. So how to find is it total or partial? We have not studied partial participation still now. Theory. Okay. No. Sabr, very important. Sabr is one of the most important factor. Sabr. Okay, next page there are a couple of questions. Try them also. Next page question you all have to design a ER diagram. I have already given the table. I have given the columns. Mark it. Current double omega. Right. Guys, today we'll finish relationships, we'll finish degree, we'll finish cardinality, participation. Because it's easy because tomorrow you all don't have classes, most probably. Kandy people. Okay. Colombo people might have classes, but you guys won't go classes in the morning. We'll do it together. Indiki break on kudutu session and continue report. Yeah. Break at the continue. after 10:30. Make him pass a body break at the Nandila. It was a body break at the I continue 11 o'clock. Okay. Rao Rava body we are like. So at time what time the class finish? We don't have an end time. Da. There is no end time at all. Okay. They kadrak pool. I'll be given the recording. We'll do this and we'll have a small break. Yeah. Read the scenario and then mark it down. These tables are student, teacher, class, and subject in the columns. Okay, done. Let's begin. Let's see how to do it. Okay, did you all try it out? Put the time. Don't name another Anyone who have done the question, can you send me the answer? Okay. What are the most effective representing the yeah diagram? So these are the table. Like entity, and these are the columns. Table ikai hatratti no. Ikai dikhai tunai hatrai. So what are the tables? Student table, teacher table, class table, subject table. Hurry, let's see the column. Student ID, name, age, phone number, date of birth. Teacher table, teacher name, teacher ID, name and room. Teacher table, teacher ID, name, room. Class table, class ID, grade and teacher ID. Yeah, derive seen on the other var. First grade and teacher ID. Subject table, subject ID, subject name, level, timetable, and teacher ID. Guys, are you all okay with this? Good table and then I just put the columns. Are weak, the strong, the key, the composite, the multi-value, the derive, the value. The value simply them. Are you okay? Zumra done. Rashida. So what's D number in students? D number in students on D number is the phone number. Phone number. All right, now let's read it. Role includes multiple values. So a teacher's role is multiple. So multi-values and it's a multi-valued attribute. Okay. Age is derived. Okay. A name consists of first name and last name. Ama mitradana main name. So Hajara, here it has two parts. First name, last name. Abhi teacher at dam. First name, last name. Hari. What else? Role in teacher. Mean role. Role is there, no? Hari. We'll assume all IDs are primary key. All IDs are primary key. Yeah, role is a multiple. You see, they have said no. We'll assume all IDs are primary key. All IDs are primary keys. I mean, make that at that also. All IDs are primary key. Okay, another one special thing which is going to be learning next, we will be talking is something called as a foreign key. What are foreign keys? Foreign keys are also of primary key of another table. Where do you see them? Who doesn't belong to him? He belongs from somewhere else. Exactly. Foreign key. Foreign key. Foreign key allows you to make a link between two tables. Foreign keys makes the relationship. Foreign key makes a relationship. So, but for teachers, it's teacher name, so it's fine to put the first name and last name. Yeah, shape. Teacher's name, TR name. Oh my God, Monica. Okay, just for reference, look at assumption no, on teacher's name. Harry, එහෙමනම් remember we don't show foreign key as a column. I'll repeat it again. We don't show foreign key as a column. So you have to find out the foreign key. It's easy. Primary key of another table, now foreign key. Student ID use somewhere else, foreign key. Teacher ID use somewhere else, foreign key. Class ID use somewhere else, it's a foreign key. A primary key of another table. Saria. So we can remove this bugger and this bugger. Then what to do? We'll connect these two tables. Teacher table connects like this. අපි connect කරනකොට මේ diamond එකක් දානවා. මේ diamond එක ඇයි දාන්නේ කියලා next section එක අපි ඉගෙනනවා. This is what we call it as a relationship. A relationship is all about sharing the data. I am sharing the data with you. Class table is sharing the data with teacher table. Teacher table is sharing the data with class table. Teacher table is sharing the data with subject table. Subject table sharing the data with teacher table. So make it what is it? Simply okay, a relationship. When a relationship forms, we add a fancy word, or else a teacher is assigned to a class. A teacher teaches subjects. This is a fancy word. You can put whatever the word. Sounds fair. Understood. Clear, cut and clear. Concept clear another. Part clear another. So still I didn't get a descriptive attribute. Descriptive attribute is something like this. We'll say here, a teacher teaches a subject and the timetable comes here. This timetable like a derived descriptive attribute. Timetable is a column that occurs. Timetable is a column that occurs when these two tables are joined. So Rashida, if you didn't understand the diamond is all about the relationship. Okay, you see a foreign key used, meaning this column is used here. May column make used here. See, it's linking. They are linking these two tables. A foreign key will link the table together. Similarly, in here, teacher table and class table is linked. So rather than showing the teacher table like this, teacher ID kila penna natu Rashida, what we will be doing it in here is we will use this diamond to show it. A diamond is a relationship, telling that these two are linked. එහෙනම් ඇයි student එකට මොකුත් දැම්මේ නැත්තේ? Because there is no link. In student table, there is no foreign key at all. No one is using the student ID or no one have given any other IDs to student. May student ID ke වෙන මොකුත් ID එකක් නැහැ. Number one. Student ID is also not used somewhere else. So we take him out. It's separated. There are the concept. Understood on the concept? Rashida? Okay. Sanjay, did you understand? If a timetable is being given, that occurs when a teacher is assigned to a subject. Nothing timetable is deal with that. The timetable is important for teachers who are assigned to a subject only. Exactly. When two people get together, only the anniversary comes. Anniversary occurs when two people get together. So it's a column that is created when two tables are joined together. Clear? Understood? Clear on the concept? Pakka? Awesome. Good. Nice. Okay. Awesome. Good. Good name. So then only if there's a foreign key, there will be relationship. Exactly. Relationship will reduce duplication. Relationship will able to share data with each other. A relationship is used. Okay, nice. Shall we have a break and start back again at 11 o'clock? Or else morning session won't happen. Okay, that is even I know I don't trust myself waking up early in the morning. So yeah, I can later check the recording. Okay, Api will continue with the session. Okay, so we'll have a break and we'll meet again back at 11 o'clock. So 11 to 12 and then 1 o'clock. Okay, on the ER diagram and relationships. So see you. Okay, have something eat something, and come back again. Bye. Okay, see you all at 11. You can use the same link and join the session.